So that's my particular project, my mini project for the day, is to get up in here and kind of figure out what I'm going to do with this column. If you want to watch that, stick around. I thought long and hard, how am I going to get that 2x6 out up in there? And I had something in the garage and I thought, wait a minute, I think I'm going to grab it. And look at this. It's a big heavy bar. It's got a flat end on it like that. And then it's got a point on it. I use this like to get rocks out of holes digging in the ground, you know, in the backyard. If your soil is really rocky, you might want to get something like this. And I'm going to use this for my demo bar for a little bit and see how it works. I think that's ultimately gonna help me here. This last 2x6 is pretty dry rotted. That kind of worked. Oh. Jeez. I gotta be careful, man. Yeah, this bar is gonna come in handy today. Off and on. I just have to be careful. That stuff was pretty easy. I just don't want to start prying too hard on the walls. Behind that, the OSB plywood is just all dry rotted. See that? Look at that. That tells me I'm going to have to take all that off. And so I got to get this 2x6 out of here too. Even though it felt pretty solid here. Now, how am I going to get that out without prying too hard on stuff? Well, I'm going to have to use a Sawzall, aren't I? I'll probably Sawzall in here somewhere, you know, fairly low, 2 feet or so. And then I may have to cut another one at 4 feet, another one at 6 feet, and then at that point, that top piece, the top of it, from right there on up, I could probably get my bar in there and wedge it out of there because it looks like it'll fall. But down here it's solid. So I'm going to work on that and see if I can't get that out of there. I cut that section of 2x6 out of there just so I could get you to watch this. I'm going to cut this out here now. Oh, and I got my 6-inch blade in. I got to swap that out. for my 9-inch. Yeah. Put it up on a ledge. Make sure I try to make sure I don't hit any nails here. The further I went in there, I could tell it was dry rotted on the back side. So even though it looked nice on the outside, look at that. See the back of it? All back in here. Oh, I got to be careful there. I don't want to pry up against that. That's the stucco on the outside right there. Got to be careful. See if I can split that some more. Little by little. Looks like I didn't cut it through all the way, but that's all right. I got most of it. There. Okay. So now I just have to keep doing that. I just have to cut it up here again. You see there? Slow going, but I got to cut it a couple more times. And then, where all these staples are, I've got to cut them. There's no two ways about it. That's the paper you're seeing on the back side of the stucco. If I were to cut this paper, I'd see the back of the stucco, and I don't want to cut that paper. What I'm going to have to do is, once I cut all the nails, I'm going to have to brush this down, sweep it down, and then I've got to take some caulking. I've got to take some caulking and caulk over the top of all these holes where the staples are coming through. That's why I got to clean it, brush it all down so that the caulking will stick. And I might even have to wipe it with a wet sponge, you know, my simple green, spray it down or something and then let it dry all the way, because I got to get that caulking to stick on there before I put the new OSB plywood on there. Okay? Because if the stucco were to leak, I don't want the water to come down and find a hole where the staples are and then come on the inside, on the back side of the paper, and then go down the wall right up against the new OSB plywood that I'm going to put up. You follow me? Okay, so I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to get the next two pieces cut out, and then I'm going to get up in there and I'm going to try to pry that last bit down with the flat bar and see how that works. I'm making progress, that's for sure. See if I can get this up there as far as I could reach. I ended up stepping on this bucket here, and I need to get up another 16 inches above the bucket, and it's not the safest thing to step on a bucket, but I think next time I go to the store I may get a 6-foot ladder. I shimmied up the 8-foot ladder in this opening, but then it doesn't give me enough room to get up in there. And so I think ultimately it'd be nice to have a 6-foot ladder around here anyways. And so I think I'm going to stop on the work up here. I'm still not quite sure if I'm going to take this 2x6 out or that 2x6 just yet. That remains to be seen. I think I want to get up there with the ladder first and check it out. And so what can I do until then? Well, you remember, I guess I can work over here. I'm going to take this 2x6 out right there so I can check out this plywood, and I'm sure it's pretty waterlogged. See how it was bad up there, and probably around the corner. My guess is I'm going to have to take that one out too, and that one. So I think that's what I'm going to work on next.